What's up guys, DungeonRunnerTank here, and I have a deck profile, a top 2 True Draco deck profile from one of my friends. Here it is.
Alright, what's up guys? Got a pure True Draco Demise build, and let's get things started. First, we run 3 Dynamite Knight. I feel like this is the only monster you want to run 3 of, just because it's the biggest one besides Masterpiece, and it gets you your traps, and the traps are some of the most busted shit you've ever seen. Then we got double Masterpiece. Some of you may ask, why run 2 Masterpiece and not 3? Well, I found out when you run 3 it clogs. Like if you open 2 of those, like you usually have to use diagram in order to pop 1 and search, and you don't really get anything off that. That's why I cut 1 Masterpiece and added in 1 of this monster, because with this monster, when you pop it, you don't have to search for a monster because you use its effect to get a monster. You can search for one of your spells and traps. So I feel like popping this will get more value than obviously popping a Masterpiece. That's why I run 2 Masterpiece and 1 Mariyume. And then for the last monster, 1 Maiden. I only run 1 of this because it searches the monsters, and it's not really that good of card demise because opponent activates effect during your turn and you chain Maiden. You have to discard the monster during your end phase if you can't tribute it. And that's all the monsters. Now for the spells. We run 3 Terraforming, and then of course 3 for the most busted field spell in the game right now, Gigantic Diagram. This ratio is self-explanatory. And then for the draw engine, run 3 Pot of Duality and 3 Card Demises. This is pretty generic also for the True Draco Demise build. The only way mine's probably a little different is I run 1 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires is good because it's a +1, and it could give you a diagram pop if you don't want to activate it. So Pot of Desires is really good. I used to run Ignis Heat, but I cut Ignis Heat for Desires because I never thought Ignis Heat was really that good. And plus the deck could also use more draw power. Now for the other cards, run 2 Dark Hole, 2 My Body, and 1 Monarch Stormforth, and 1 Raigeki. These I run because they're really good in the mirror match. They usually answer Masterpiece really well, and in the mirror match I heard like the ideal Masterpiece to make is one that's unaffected by monsters and traps. So you can't, like, your opponent can't pop it with their Masterpiece and it can't get blown up with their traps, which leaves it, still affected by spells. Dark Holes, Raigeki hits that. My Body can negate its effect, and then obviously Stormforth is self-explanatory. That's why it's at 1. Now for the True Draco spells. 3 Disciples. This is essentially a Daigusto Emerald from the deck. Shuffle back all your cards. Really good in a grind game. And then the best True Draco spell. 3 True Draco Heritage. This card, really good. My recommendation for this deck, from what I've seen playing with it so far, is you want to play around Heritage, because the more cards you get pop, you get more draws, and you get to pop your opponent's shit. So it's a win-win. Now for the True Draco traps. 3 True Draco Apocalypse, and then of course 3 True King's Return. This is standard because, you obviously want 3 copies of each of your traps to search with Dynamite Knight. True Draco Apocalypse, what I like doing with this card, especially if you're going against Paleo, activate its effect to destroy a spell, half your attack of all your opponent's monsters. Even if your opponent has no monsters, you would still get the spell's effect to destroy a spell or trap card on the field. So that's really good against any deck that runs a lot of back row. And then this is really good because you could use True King's Return to bring back your Mariyume, and then use Diagram to pop it and get a search, and then this will go off and get a search. So you could essentially create a never-ending searching loop with these 2 cards. And that's it for the main deck. For the side deck, my side deck's not really completed yet, but I will give you all pretty much what I have so far, and then what I would put in. Okay, first, 3 Imperial Iron Wall. Some of you ask why Imperial Iron Wall. Imperial Iron Wall I put in there because Cosmos and Infernoids is this deck's worst matchup, and this card really slows down and shuts down those decks. 1 Imperial Order and 1 Solemn Warning. These are really good one-up traps, especially Solemn Warning. I would throw this in the mirror match, and then Imperial Order I would throw in against any kind of Pendulum deck and Dinos. It's really good against Dinos and any deck that heavily runs spells. And then we got 1 Cosmic Cyclone. I want this card at 3, but it's expensive. But my side deck online, I do run 3 of this. And then I would also run 3 Ash and then a Kaiju engine. And I forgot one part of my main deck is 2 Lose Eternals. And that's it for the deck profile, guys. Subscribe to DungeonRunnerTank.